Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sam,
I'm Ren.
and that's that.
That's that.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Spooky News.
Another.
This is episode 21, in which we're going to tell you all of the spooky news for June of 2026.
June.
I hope you've had a good June. Spoiler alert, it's a quiet month, so this may not be the longest of episodes, but that's fine. How have you been, Ren?
I've been good. I've been surviving the heat wave. There's another heat wave coming right now. I'm going to try survive this one too. When I say I've been surviving the heat wave, I built flat pack furniture.
Mm-hmm.
I built us a bed. We've got a new sofa. We're sitting on it now. Dodger is also on it. It's working so far.
So far?
I've been good. I've been busy. A busy bee. How have you been, Sam?
I've been all right as well. You know, I've been doing the garden today in the brand new heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost finished.
Yeah.
Some more flowers to plant and we'll be there. So that's very exciting. At last, the garden will be completed. It's been a long project, really.
It has, yeah. It's been quite a few years.
It's 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But well, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily have taken 3 years. But I'm not doing it through winter. You know what I mean? So
That'd be daft.
it's taken 3 summers.
Yeah.
Spring/summers. So, yeah. Crazy times. If you've never listened to this podcast before, what are you playing at?
Yeah, what are you playing at?
But just in case there's one or two of you who have not listened before, we will currently right now explain how it works.
Please do.
So, within spooky, there are 3 categories.
Yes.
These categories are
Number 1.
ghosts,
Number 2.
UFOs,
And number 3.
cryptozoology.
What?
Those are the 3 main categories, and those are the news stories we will tell in that order. Plus, don't worry, there is an other category for things that don't fit into them 3. Okay. But before all that, we've got movies to talk about.
Movies.
That's right, the movie section.
Films.
So, we'll start with ones that we've watched since the last episode. So the last episode, we recorded it the day we were going to see Disclosure Day.
We did.
But we recorded it before we went. So, what did you think?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it. It was good fun. I can't remember what I think I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 4.
On Letterboxd. Follow us on Letterboxd.
Yeah, if you want to see our reviews, movie reviews, follow us on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was just a good, fun movie. It kept me engaged throughout.
Top quality.
Yeah.
It was, I've seen a lot of discourse online of people not necessarily super happy with it. And I think from reading, a lot of people thought it would be more action heavy. There'd be more aliens in it. Gunfights with aliens and stuff like that.
Less
it's
about
not,
the disclosure. That's what they thought.
It's not about that. It's called Disclosure Day because the real story is about someone has the information that we're not alone, and we've made contact with these, but it's been hidden from people, and they're trying to disclose it, right? So hence the name Disclosure Day. So it's about the process of trying to do that and avoiding all the people trying to keep the secret. It's not about seeing the aliens, although don't worry, you will see aliens.
Yeah.
I don't think that. No, that's not a spoiler because that's in the trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry about that. But at the same time, go in with the expectations if you haven't already seen it. It's not a big action. It is an action film. There are action pieces in it, but it's It's more subtle than that. It's not. It didn't take the topic quite as necessarily seriously as I thought it might. But if you're listening to this podcast, there'll be plenty of references and hints at things that you're like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see what they do. Spielberg's obviously big into it, and he's following it, so he takes influence from all that stuff. And it's a very good movie. Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Top quality. Ignore the haters, I'd say. I mean, you can't. Obviously Spielberg's one of the best directors going, so it's going to be a quality film, whether or not you like the particular way it's done. It's going to be a high quality film anyway.
Yeah.
So don't you worry about that.
Don't you worry.
We won't go too deep into it because obviously we don't do spoilers as such. But the other movie we've watched since the last podcast, scary movie.
Yep. Scary movie.
Thoughts on that one, Renegade?
I enjoyed it. It was good fun. Wasn't as... Well, I'm going to say it wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I think there wasn't as many references as I expected there to be. If that makes sense. As in references to
actual movies.
Actual movies.
There was more references to earlier scary movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, wow, it's been so long since the last scary movie. We've got a lot of like horror and like thriller movies to sort of, spoof on a bit. And they did, but it was mostly like last year's movies, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot more recent ones and nothing much in the in-between space where they've not been making these movies.
Yeah. Like they could have dabbled on The Conjuring a bit,
Yeah.
They could have whatever. But it was fine. It was
good. It was funny.
But that might that was like my expectation. I wasn't expecting it to be like the greatest movie ever, but I was just expecting more references to other films.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's out. So I think I've watched 4, but after Scary Movie 3, it kind of. Well, you like 4, don't you? But I feel like it kind of...
Which one's 4?
The second Charlie Sheen one. Where they do the Grudge, I think.
I don't remember. I know that the one with the War of the Worlds was the one that my dad liked the most, I think, because we watched that more than the rest. But I don't think I've watched past the third one. As in...
You liked the 4th, you told me.
What were the 4th one? The Grudge one?
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
The first 2 are the 2 I've seen the most.
I only really watched the 4th one once. Really, 1 through 3 are the ones I watched. They are the best ones. And so the new one, I kind of would put after 3. It's better than the kind of ones that came after it, but it's not up to par with the first 3. Most people generally consider the first 2 the best ones because the third one, and they do make jokes about this in the movie. The third one is when I think the Wayans were no longer involved.
Right.
Where they were involved in the first 2 and then they weren't involved in the third.
I think
onwards.
You've misheard what I've said because I don't even know the 4th one.
I'm telling you now, you have told me that I'm pretty sure it's the 4th one, maybe even the 5th that you liked.
There is one, and I think it's the War. I don't know which one it is. The War of the World one with Charlie Sheen, where my dad watched it so many times. So I've, as a result, then seen it so many times, and I did enjoy it. But when I actually sat down and watched them myself, the first 2 are my favourites.
Right.
I don't think I could pick between them.
Scary Movie 4. It seems to be the War of the Worlds ones, based on what I'm Googling here. The Grudge, War of the Worlds, Saw, Dr. Phil in it.
I don't, honestly, Sam, all I remember is it being like War of the Worlds, but I also get it confused with actual War of the Worlds.
Anyway.
It was Dakota Fanning in War of the Worlds, wasn't it?
I don't know, I've not watched
she in
that
the Scary Movie one?
I've not watched that War of the Worlds.
Anyway.
It was Tom Cruise though, right?
I don't know.
That was the War of the Worlds, I'm pretty sure.
This is it. It's all very vague memories from my
because that's the
childhood.
Spielberg movie.
Right.
Is that War of the Worlds?
I don't know.
Anyway. Yeah, decent, not incredible.
Fun.
Don't get your hopes too high for that one, but it's worth watching, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's obviously it's not for everyone, the scary movie, this type of humor in the scary movie. So if you didn't like the other ones, you're probably not going to like this one.
Yeah.
But if you did, then it's worth a watch.
Right. I will just give a little shout out as well because we didn't mention this film, but my mate at work, Jim. Shout out to Jim, probably one of our only listeners. Might not even be that. I think he pretends to listen. So Jim, if you're there,
just tells you listens.
If you're there, message me a pineapple emoji on Teams.
Fair enough.
To let me know that you're actually listening to the podcast.
There you go.
Jim watched Obsession.
Yeah.
I think he said it creeped him out a bit. I had no interest in Obsession because the premise gives me the ick. It's a very icky premise that I'm like, yeah, I don't need to watch this film. But we didn't mention it, I don't think, that it was coming out.
We should have mentioned it especially because it's been one of the bigger horror films of the year. So that was a big faux pas on our part. But I also wasn't interested in it. I wasn't interested in the premise either, not because of the ick. I just didn't think it was that interesting of an idea.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, like, there's loads of films that premise is kind of boring, but you're watching, action that's really good. So,
is it on streaming yet?
I don't think it's on yet. No.
I think we'll probably watch it when it's on streaming, just to see what it's all about. But I don't think it's a cinema trip sort of film because of our lack of interest. But yeah, we will mention it because we forgot to.
It's true. So the basic premise for Obsession is someone. He likes this girl, she doesn't like him or doesn't give indication that she likes him. And then he's fed up about it and he has some sweet rapper or something.
I think he's literally just too shy to ask her, so...
It could be that. But obviously it's not totally clear from the trailer, but he has some sweet rapper and it says something about making a wish. So he makes a wish on the sweet rapper that she liked him more than anyone else. And then that apparently comes true somehow. And but she likes him too much. She won't leave him alone, and she's...
Well, that's it. It's very literal.
She's crying.
Yeah, but
she crowed.
She crowed. From what I've seen of bits of it, it seems like... Well, obviously, yeah, it's a very like controlled thing. Like she has no free will basically because of this wish. But I think maybe there's bits where she's like aware and she's trying to...
It's almost like this is the facade. She's being controlled, but underneath she's conscious of the fact that she doesn't want to do this.
I don't like that. But
I don't know if that is... It maybe it hints at that, but maybe that's not true. We've not seen the film, so we can't say.
We're just guessing. We're guessing. But yeah.
But supposedly it's good.
And she apparently is really good in it and like really like genuinely like scary, creepy. It seems quite... aesthetically nice, like the sets and that look very cool, but we haven't watched it, but I'm sure we will when it's on streaming.
If you're interested in the premise, then probably go watch that one, because it is still on at the cinema. It's got less showings now, obviously, as they're on for a while they get less and less showings, but it's still on at the moment, so you've still got the chance to go watch it now if you want to. All right, let's move on to the upcoming films for July, the month we're currently in.
One.
So the one horror film that I'm aware of, I did look and I don't think any other. I think this is the only horror film of any note that's coming out this month. Is Evil Dead Burn.
Oh yeah.
It's the third one in the reboot of the Evil Dead franchise, originally created and directed by Sam Raimi, starring what's his name? I can't remember his name now. He's in all Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, and he's in Sam Raimi stuff. I can't remember his name. It's not that important anyway. So he's not directing this one. I think he's producing it, Sam Raimi. But this one's being directed by Sebastian Vanisek. I think he's Polish or something. So I don't know if I've pronounced that right. So each one of these Evil Dead reboot films has had a different director. The first one was Fede Alvarez, who went on to do Alien Romulus.
Oh, okay.
And he was very good. Yeah. And I think that Evil Dead reboot was kind of his breakout thing. And then the second one has another guys, and then there's a new guy here. So I looked on his IMDb, this Sebastian Vanisek, and he's got one other feature-length film that I don't know about. And I think actually he might be, unless I'm getting mixed up with someone else, he might actually be French because I swear it said it was a French language film. I don't know what it is. And it's only the one thing. I think it's got 6.7 stars on IMDb, so who knows? But obviously this is like a new, like a big, more worldwide release. So hopefully it does well, and maybe he'll go on to be a big director, and we'll get some cool movies out of him as well.
Yeah.
It's being released by Warner Brothers in the US and Canada, and Sony for the rest of the world. So Sony's doing this one for us. Very cool. I think that comes out next Friday, which is the 10th, I believe. It's probably already been the 10th by the time you hear this, depending on how things go. So if you're interested in, if you like the Evil Dead movies, obviously the original ones, the first one was a straight up horror, and then the sequels were like more of a comedy horror, I believe.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever actually watched them, but these reboot ones, they're all straight up horror films. They're all pretty gory, a little bit body horror-y.
Mm-hmm.
So they're quite, if you're squeamish, that kind of stuff, they're quite intense.
Yeah.
But they're good. They're good movies, so well worth a watch.
Yeah.
Are you interested in that one, Renegade?
Sure, why not?
Why not, you say? Oh, careful, Dodge. Right. That's all the movies coming up.
Huh.
Just the one this time.
Give us a bit of a breather. We've had quite a lot, haven't we, recently?
It's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not.
So we won't really complain. So you ready to get into the spooky news for June of 2026?
Sorry if you heard that. I just popped the cover off my microphone by accident. Sols, guys. Yes, I'm ready to get into the spooky
Right, let's do it. The first topic, ghosts.
Ghosts.
Unfortunately, there are no ghost stories for June
It's
2026. It's far too sunny out. No, you can't see them.
Can't see them.
Can't hear them. There's lawnmowers. There's no shadows. How are you supposed to know they're there? Impossible. So we don't actually have any,
Yeah, well,
unfortunately.
it's summer, so they're just enjoying themselves.
Just you wait till it starts to get darker again on the evening.
Oh.
The ghosts will come out. Don't you worry about that. We'll see them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move on to UFOs. And as per usual, we do have UFO stories. Of course we do. UFOs always coming through for us with the stories, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for UFOs, what would we do? Bi-monthly?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Try
Anyway.
to think of it.
Let's have a look at what's going on with the UFOs.
Wait. Go on, then.
Story 1.
Mm-hmm.
First missing scientist is found dead a year after vanishing as bizarre circumstances of her death are revealed.
Oh, no.
The source for this one is the Daily Mail.
Okay.
Ooh, I've scrolled one too far.
You've gone way too fast.
The body of a missing nuclear lab employee has been discovered 11 months after she mysteriously walked out of her home and vanished without a trace. New Mexico State Police announced that they positively identified the remains of Melissa Casase, 54, who was last seen alive on the 26th of June 2025. Her body was found in the McGaffey Ridge area of the Carson National Forest, approximately 6 miles from the last place Casase was seen walking before being declared missing. Police say a hiker in the forest made the discovery and that a handgun was found alongside the body. Casase's cause of death when she died have yet to be determined. Cause of death and when she died have yet to be determined by the Office of the Medical Investigator in New Mexico. Casase was an administrative assistant at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, a facility founded by the famous Manhattan Project during the Second World War. It has been tied to nuclear weapons research ever since. Her disappearance has been linked to a string of deaths and missing person cases involving US scientists and government employees who worked at highly secretive facilities and allegedly had knowledge of sensitive topics tied to national security. The circumstances surrounding Casase's case were even more disturbing as the wife and mother wiped all records from her phone before leaving them and her identification behind and walking out of her home in Ranchos de Taos last June. It remains unclear how long Casase's body was in the forest before it was discovered, despite the area being a part of a large US Forest Service restoration project where crews have been working regularly since December 2025. The New Mexico State Police told the Daily Mail that investigators are still examining the scene where the body was found and are attempting to trace the gun's origins, but it could take days before those answers are revealed. At this time, it is unclear if Casase owned a handgun or if there is any indication as to who the weapon found near her body belonged to. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker told the Daily Mail in March he was concerned her disappearance was part of a much larger pattern involving individuals who had access to top-secret government research. Swecker explained that Casase's work at Los Alamos National Lab may have made her a target for abduction, since the administrative assistant often had access to the same sensitive files their supervisors have. In a classified lab or a high-clearance lab, they would basically be in the know on what's going on, Swecker said. And it would be the first time their administrative assistant has been targeted. However, what did it say? That wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time, yeah. However, the woman's family and private investigators have disputed how much access Casase really had, claiming that Los Alamos National Lab employee lost her security clearance due to financial troubles she and her husband were having. Casase vanished after dropping off her husband, another Los Alamos Lab employee, at the facility that morning, approximately 70 miles from their home. That was when Casase's behavior allegedly became unusual, as she claimed she would need to return home after forgetting the badge needed to access the nuclear lab. According to her husband, Mark, the superintendent at the lab, Casase had the security badge with her when she dropped him off that morning, as she would have needed the badge to get past security checkpoints. When Casase arrived in Ranchos de Taos, the couple... Taos? Taos, I don't know. The couple's daughter, Sierra, reportedly told investigators that her mother visited the teen's place of work to drop off a sandwich and then said she planned to work from home after forgetting the badge. Despite what Casase reportedly told both her daughter and her husband, she returned home to drop off her work and personal phones, which the family would later find inside the house wiped clean. Specifically, the device showed that someone performed a factory reset on both devices, clearing all records of whom Casase may have contacted before who may have been in contact with before vanishing. Surveillance cameras last spotted Casase walking along eastward on State Road 518, roughly 3 miles from her home around 2:20 p.m. local time. The area inside Carson National Forest where her body was discovered is just 5 to 6 miles away from that state road. In 2023, the U.S. Forest Service approved the McGaffey Forest and Rio Grande del Rancho Watershed Restoration Project. The project covers about 30,000 acres south of Taos, including the McGaffey Ridge area where Casase was found. Its goal is to restore forest health through tree thinning, timber harvesting, and prescribed fire to reduce wildfire risk and improve watersheds. Workers began entering the area for active work in December 2025, starting with timber harvesting and thinning in partnership with the state of New Mexico.
Wow.
So,
Not
a great outcome. Obviously, the reason this is connected to UFOs is because there was the story, I think we said it last month, about all the scientists going missing.
We've said it quite a few months, I think.
Possibly, yeah. It started with Neil McCasland and him going missing, and then all of a sudden there were all these connections to a bunch of other scientists. At first it was implied they all had access or were connected to UFOs, but I don't think all of them necessarily had direct implication of connections to UFOs, but they all were connected to nuclear power or top secret information.
Right.
Which could also potentially imply that they know something about the UFOs. Maybe they don't, who knows, but obviously in this scenario, this is one of them that's been found. Unfortunately, no longer alive.
Stop yawning.
I can't help it. I've been busy. But it's... So I think the fact that all her phone and personal things had been factory reset and left at home after she'd lied about why she needed to go home definitely implied something going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily imply that she did it herself either. This could still be foul play. She might not have done the reset. She might have been threatened and they say, oh, give some excuse and then head back home. And then she went home and then they took her stuff off, confiscated her things, wiped him and then took her out somewhere. And that could be the case. Or it could be that she learnt something and she couldn't live with it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what's going on, but it's not exactly a straightforward, she was unhappy and decided to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's more to it with the weird circumstances, I think.
Yeah.
Very strange story. What do you think?
Yeah, very strange. Very suspicious. There's another big yawn there, Sam.
You don't have to mention my own.
Sorry. I don't know. Yeah, it's suspicious, but will we ever know the truth?
Probably not. That tends to be the way it goes. Things happen and you never find out.
Yeah.
Not really. Well, hopefully, the other scientists are found alive. Hopefully. It's strange what's going on. Because it might not be UFOs. It might be related to nuclear secrets for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Very concerning. Anything else to say on that before we move on? Okay, then, story 2.
Dos.
Alien hunters update guidance on sharing news of possible intelligent life. So that's for this one is The Guardian. Alien hunters have released fresh guidelines on how to handle potential signs from intelligent life beyond Earth in the hope of avoiding an outburst of panic, misinformation, and confusion if any are detected.
Signals, not signs.
Sorry.
Okay.
While the ideas of little green men may be a thing of the past, the possibility of intelligent civilizations elsewhere in the universe remains a serious topic among astronomers. Experts say they hope the new guidance will prevent premature announcements and provide a framework for confirming and communicating such discoveries. I think we hope to avoid researchers crying alien prematurely, and yet to let the public know we want to be as transparent and as open as we can be, said Professor Michael Garrett, the director of the Jodrell Bank Center for Astrophysics and chair of the International Academy of Astronautics Committee for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Wow. So a big deal is what I'm hearing here.
Big deal,
Mike.
guy. While some are still skeptical that alien life will ever be detected, Garrett suggested that with myriad experts scrutinizing swaths of astronomical data, discoveries of any detectable signal was only a matter of time. I don't know if it's this year, next year, or the next decade, or the next century, or whatever, he said, but eventually someone's going to find something. Probably someone who's not sitting there looking for aliens, but looking at protoplanetary disks or goodness knows what. And so these guidelines are really for that person or that group of scientists that suddenly find themselves confronted with this huge discovery and wondering, well, what does this mean and what are the implications? The new protocols are an update on guidelines published in 2010 and, among other aims, set out how researchers should approach the verification process of potential evidence of intelligent extraterrestrial beings, make announcements, and handle and store data. As Garrett points out, social media has boomed in the past 15 years. As a result, rumours of unexpected signal could quickly spiral out of control. In 2010, it seemed to be a great thing, and now we realise that you actually have to be quite careful with social media, and you have to try and control the narrative of whatever your discovery might be, so that it doesn't get distorted in some way, Garrett said. But, he added, transparency matters. We know that people think that these things are being kept from them, that these are government secrets and all the rest of it, but I don't think that's correct. At least in our group of SETI scientists, we want to demonstrate that we're open and we want to be transparent, but we also want to do things carefully and to verify things before we kind of cry wolf about them, he said. The protocols stress that researchers should make every possible effort to authenticate and substantiate detected signals, that verification reports should be peer-reviewed, and that verification data should be made publicly available. They also advise that institutions and organisations should engage with news outlets, social media, and other forms of communication, and that responses should be prompt, accurate, and honest. But the protocols state individual researchers have the right to decline such interactions with institutions and organisations, are advised to take action to keep their researchers safe. I don't think that anyone really thought about the personal safety of scientists back in 2010, but I suspect that's more of an issue now because it's pretty easy to pinpoint the location of people, where people work, where they live, Garrett said. While the guidelines are not enforceable, Garrett said they mattered, not least as there have been tantalising signals as well as outright hoaxes before.
All right, Garrett, love. All right.
So, as he says, they're not enforceable, so technically they mean nothing. But
Yeah.
it's, I suppose, if you were that scientist looking at something else and you happen to discover it and you're like, hold on a minute, I know what I've got here and it's a signal from another intelligent life, you'd probably panic a bit and then look for some kind of framework of how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So having that there would probably be quite useful.
Yeah.
Having
Definitely.
said that, inevitably it will leak.
Yeah.
And most people won't believe it, but it'll cause a big uproar in social media for a bit, and then either it'll just disappear, or it'll be confirmed by like a higher authority, and then it'll be out there. Everyone will know. But
Yeah.
disappointingly, I don't think it'll be nearly as big of a deal as it should be.
Yeah.
I feel like people won't really appreciate the announcement for what it is if that happens.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in people.
Frequently.
What do you think? How would you follow the protocols if you were the one to discover?
Do you think I'd follow protocols?
What would you do?
I put it on my Instagram story.
Straight on Insta?
Straight on Insta. That's all I post on now is my Instagram story.
Do you think your Instagram followers will believe you?
No.
Nope. Do you think you'd put it out there and be like, oh my God, guys, it's aliens? And then they wouldn't believe you and then it would just disappear.
Yep.
And you're like, but
Or it
I
disappears
know.
after 24 hours anyway, so.
Well, you could always repost it. Yeah.
I don't think I'd bother. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
You wouldn't bother, you keep it to yourself.
Well,
You tell your dad.
I'd tell my dad. And as much as of a believer he is,
You still think he won't believe you?
he often hits at me with logic. And I'm like, what the hell? You're meant to be like this alien nut with your tinfoil hat. And he's just like, it's probably a plane, Ren.
Probably.
Even like that footage from the camera, from the security camera.
Yeah.
That we put on the spooky page. And it's like, he's
On
like,
the channel and on TikTok and on
probably
Instagram.
like a meteor or something, you know. It's probably nothing. Probably
Definitely an alien. That definitely a UFO.
Definitely a UFO. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. I don't think I'd follow any sort of protocol. I'd put it on Reddit.
Reddit, you think? Which
Reddit.
subreddit would you go for?
What are they? What are my options?
There's UFOs.
Might be
There's
that one.
aliens.
Might be that one.
There's some other UFO subreddit. There's two of them.
All.
Do all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
What if it? But this is the thing about Reddit.
What is this?
This is the thing about Reddit, where you can't post. You can't just join a subreddit and post. Some of them you can, but a lot of them you can't. You have to comment and like people's stuff and get Reddit camera, and then they'll let you post.
Do you
It's
really?
like, I'm not doing all that. Just let me post some.
I didn't know that. I'm not that I have any intention of posting.
Yeah.
I do upvote a lot.
I understand why, because you want to make it so people don't just come in and spam it.
Spam it, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not doing all that. You know?
It's too much work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, hopefully
I'd probably freak out, tell you, and let you deal with it.
hopefully when you discover aliens, Reddit believes you.
When I discover it.
Yeah, it's going to happen, inevitably.
Okay. I'd do it for the channel. I'd do it for the podcast. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that
Content out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Exclusive spooky news.
Imagine.
The Spookiest channel has exclusive news. We've announced aliens.
Yeah, that's how we do it, isn't it?
That'd be a good one.
I mean, yeah, imagine we like discovered aliens, us, you and I, but then just didn't talk about it on the podcast.
We didn't bring it up.
We didn't bring it up.
And then someone finds out, so, we didn't think it was that important.
No, yeah, we'd announce it on the podcast. We'd clip it, put a shot up,
Yeah.
put some graphics on there. Put if there's evidence, obviously, if we've got a photo, put that on there, bung it on, boom, viral.
Or
And then we'll get at least
couple
a
hundred
comment
views,
per video.
and then that's it. And then the
Yeah.
algorithm throws it
The
away.
algorithm throws it away in the bin.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all for the content, Sam.
It's all for the content. We're going to move on to story 3 now.
Okay.
Here we go. New UFO files released by US, including reports of glowing red orbs. So this is the third. We told you last podcast about the 2 releases of UFO files by the US government on their website, on the war.gov website. And we said at the time that the third one had been released, but obviously that happened in June, so we didn't talk about it then. So we're talking about it now. Funnily enough, there hasn't been another one since this. So there was 3 in fairly quick succession, and then it's been quiet. So I'm not sure when the next one's going to be. Right. But let's delve into this one. The source for this is Sky News.
Okay.
Friday's publication of what the Pentagon calls Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, UAP, involves 72 files from the FBI, CIA, Pentagon, and includes testimony, videos, and artistic depictions. Some of the UFO files date back to the 1940s and relate not just to the US, but also to parts of the rest of the world. The first 2 batches of files were made public on the 8th of May and the 22nd of May. Reports from several entries refer to spheres or orb sightings in the same general US location. One partly redacted file from February cites FBI interviews with 2 people who reported seeing an intense bright light in the middle of their backyard one evening. One person described the red colour as being brilliant and beautiful, and that, redacted, had never seen anything that colour of red before, according to the FBI report. The red sphere, about 3 feet wide, contained a white plasma sun the size of a basketball in its centre, it said. The people noticed a second orb, and the two appeared to be tethered together as they moved away. They also reported seeing several white orbs a few weeks later flying over the house at a much higher altitude, the FBI report said. A similar interview in July 2025 referred to previous reports of orbs. This observation occurred within 25 miles of the triangle orbs, red orb rotation, and orbs over the pond sightings at a location well known to them, which is sparsely populated, the FBI report said. An October 2024 incident describes a light source below the horizon hovering above a pond. The luminous object resembles a plasma-like sphere, intermittently changing shape and luminosity. At times, the primary light source appeared to separate into smaller luminous points, according to the report. A July 2008 sighting of a suspected UFO was also recorded at Zimbabwe's Harare International Airport. Individuals debated if the sighting was an advanced reconnaissance device of a foreign government or of extraterrestrial origins, the CIA report reads. At one point during observation, beams were observed emanating from the object, it added. The oldest files in this batch date back to the 1940s. One of the Defense Department is an evaluation study of the phenomenon flying saucers from June 1946. Of some 210 incidents, 20% have been explained, it said. No tangible evidence which would support a theory that any incidents are attributable to activity of a foreign nation. But it does not appear to rule out that any of these incidents are attributable to somebody from a foreign planet. Regarding Friday's release, Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth said in a statement, "These files, hidden behind classifications, have long fueled speculation, and it's time the American people see it for themselves."
Wow.
So there you go, the third bunch of files. And again, much like the first two, the kind of general reception was that there's nothing in here that really furthers the cause, as it were. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that it's not interesting, but it's all the same kind of stuff we've heard before. There's nothing really any deeper. Which, not surprising, but also disappointing, but it is what it is. What do you think, Renegade?
Yeah.
What do you cool. What do you think about all these orbs as UFOs?
I like the idea. I like it. I'm behind it.
You like it, dear? Because we talked about this before, how I don't know when it started, but back in the day, orbs were never part of UFO. You said orbs, I thought was ghosts. Ghost orbs. Like, it's a ghosts phenomenon. It's part of ghosts. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, oh, I saw an orb. And they're not talking about that it was probably a spacecraft, but you couldn't define any of it, so it was just like a glowing light. They're talking an actual, like, much smaller than a vehicle, just an orb of light moving about. And it's like, well, why do we assume that's UFOs? Like, what? I don't know where the jump happened from, or this must be a ghost or some kind of spirit, UFOs, to like, or somehow this is aliens. But I don't understand how. I don't know where that came from or why people started saying that. So the fact there's a lot of orb, quote unquote, orb stuff in this thing really kind of makes me think that there's even less here than there is in the other two.
Yeah. I don't know. I like a good orb.
Do you?
I think it's pretty cool. Did I tell you about this, about how I used to look, on my old, like, was it CRT TV?
Yeah.
That they had standby lights.
What do you mean?
Like a little red light when it was in standby.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it wasn't switched off at the minute. All TVs do, but the light's different. In fact, it's exactly like the light on that CD player.
Right.
When it's on and it's got the red light, teeny tiny little dot, the red dot light.
Yeah.
I spent like one evening just staring at the standby light on my TV. And like zoned out so much and relaxed my eyes so much that dot became a teeny tiny little man.
Right.
That teeny tiny little man would dance about.
He was dancing, was he?
He was dancing. And it was really trippy. I was a child though. Wasn't on drugs.
You must have been overtired or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, out of it. But I remember just sitting and looking at it, and I could make it dance. It's a bit like, you know, when you get like a floater in your eye
Yeah.
and you try to look at it and it moves away.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of control where it goes with your eyes.
Right.
You sort of like move it side to side and that. It was similar to that, but it was a teeny tiny little silhouette of a man dancing.
But
and it was the red light. And then if I focused my eyes too much, it was just a red light again.
The floater, when you move your eyes, it does physically move because that's like on your eye. I think it's behind your eye, right? But when you move your eye, that does actually move.
Yes.
Whereas you looking at the light and feeling like you're making it moving is more of a illusion.
Yeah.
It's not really what's the term? Where you imagine something, but it's not really there, but you see it. Hallucination, yeah. It's not really a hallucination as such.
Yeah.
But it's sort of more of a trick of the mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not physically moving, but the floater is moving. But what you mean is like it felt like that.
It felt the way it moved with the intention behind my eyes, or the intention behind me. It felt like it was I was controlling it. That's weird. But anyway, what I'm saying is, what if it was an alien in my TV? What if the light was out and there was a little orb? What if all these
orbs are just TV standby lights and people are misidentifying them?
Oh my God, what if that... I mean, I did have a big CRT TV in my garden, and that might have been connected to the orb, but I don't think so.
Who knows?
No, I'm behind this idea. I think orbs, aliens, ghosts, whatever.
Are you attributing them to UFOs or to ghosts?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Strange.
Why not both? Why not ghosts from other planets?
Well, how would you differentiate which one's a ghost orb and which one's a UFO orb?
Colour.
Oh, the colour makes a difference, you think?
Green, aliens.
Yeah, all right.
Blue, ghost.
Just green and blue. These ones are red, though.
Oh, red. How'd you make red?
What do you mean, how'd you make red?
How'd you make red? Or is red one of the
It's a primary colour.
Cut that out. We're going to start editing.
Is it a primary? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
It is. Anyway, red. Aliens.
Okay, red's aliens, right?
Yeah. Martians.
Martians specifically makes sense. Yeah, the red planet. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, give me some more. What other colour orbs have we got? See, white orbs.
Yeah.
What's that about? That's ghosts.
That's
clearly
ghosts. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, see, because blue could also be alien, but I'm thinking colder, ghosts, cold.
Okay.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You've got a blue microphone and I've got a green microphone.
What?
Are they microphones or are they orbs?
Yeah, well, why a ghost necessarily cold? Because of cold spots or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me an answer there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was thinking about in Harry Potter when the ghosts go through them and they go...
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I'm with you.
Yeah. They're chilly boys. Anyway.
Right, let's move on to the next story, shall we?
I feel like you didn't like my take on orbs then.
No, it's good. It's a good take.
I'm assigning orbs species. A ghost of species? I don't know. But how do you know we're not getting ghosts from other planets?
Well, it's...
Alien ghosts. Aliens die. Aliens have probably died on this planet.
Who knows?
And they're haunting because they've got unfinished business because of all the experiments that are being run on them. Boom. I'm not going to actually drop the microphone because that won't be nice for your ears, but just imagine I've dropped the mic.
No, dropped it. Right, we're moving on to the next story now.
Okay, I guess.
Story 4. US government asks Avi Loeb to set up UAP Science Advisory Council.
Remind me, who's Avi Loeb?
You'll find out throughout the story.
Can't wait.
I've taken this one straight from Unexplained Mysteries, the TK Randall.
Thanks, TK Randall.
For anyone who has been keeping tabs on our articles about the interstellar visitor 3I Atlas, you will likely be quite familiar with Harvard's Avi Loeb, an astrophysicist and author who has devoted a great deal of his time and resources to exploring the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. Writing in his blog this week, he revealed that he has now been tasked by the Pentagon, the White House, and various other agencies to head up a new council pertaining to the UFO phenomenon.
Wow.
The team has been assembled for this new UAP Science Advisory Council, offers a wide range of science knowledge and experience, as well as a healthy dose of skepticism. The goal of the council is to advise the US government on how to resolve the nature of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, Loeb wrote on his blog. To do this, Loeb and his team will interpret available data as well as recommend ways to obtain new data with the goal of finding a definitive explanation for the UFO phenomenon. As things stand, it will be very interesting to see how the new council operates and what conclusions, if any, it reaches with regard to UAPs. Whether it will be able to find proof of alien visitation, however, remains to be seen.
Right.
So basically, like, nothing has come of it yet, but basically there's a new advisory board being set up with Avi Loeb at the head of it.
Okay.
And the thing is, Avi Loeb had some credibility. I'm not saying he doesn't have any credibility, but he had plenty of a significant amount of credibility because of his background, and he is a physicist. Like, it's not like he's just some guy who's sort of into it. He's qualified and he works in it. You know, it's his career.
Yeah.
But when he was he was like going on and on about it, and he was pretty adamant that 3i Atlas was like a spaceship always created or had something to do with aliens, or there's something weird about it, and it's coming closer and something's going to happen, and it's on this weird path that not normal for objects to take, like it's heading directly at us, and it came and went, and it was nothing. It was just a rock.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, are you sure this is the guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit skeptical of that, but
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. They keep spooling up new, like, little groups for people to have a look at this stuff.
Yeah.
And you never really hear anything. I mean, we had, what were they called? ATIP. Was it ATIP? No, ARROW. All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. And it had, I can't remember his name now, the original guy, and he looked at a bunch of stuff and he put out a thing saying, there's no aliens. But then, notably, everyone was saying that he didn't look into anything. He spoke to people, wrote it down, and then just assumed it was nothing and dismissed it. Right. And all the stuff that they didn't have some vague, like, prosaic answer for, he just sort of ignored.
Right.
So then he went, and there's another guy in now, Kozlovsky. Everyone was a bit like, oh, well, I've heard of him. I think he might be a bit better, whatever. And you've heard nothing from him since. They're still there doing something. Don't know what. Never hear anything anymore. You know, and there's all these. I mean, the reason I said ATIP, and there was, I forget a lot of the names now because they're all just acronyms or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's all these little groups, and it's like, they'll be set up for a bit, and then they won't be like, we've discovered what we want to discover and expand it, and then that's it. There's always, like, they just sort of hide, and they've not gone away, they're just sort of in the background doing nothing, and another one comes up, and it's like, what are all these groups for? What are they doing? What are we finding out here? So this is just another one of all these nonsense groups.
Good old nonsense group. What do you reckon, Dodge? Yeah, sleepy.
I think it's also it makes it look like they're doing something.
Yeah.
Without ever actually having to provide any real results. What do you think?
Yeah. A whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
Well, that's
nothing update.
That's it for UFOs.
Wow.
That's all of your news for UFOs.
Okay.
Can you believe it?
I might be able to.
Okay. Should we move on to the next subject?
Okay.
Let's move on to it. The next subject is cryptozoology.
Bigfoot!
There are no stories for cryptozoology.
What?
This is what I'm saying. It's a quiet month.
He's having a break.
It's not that there was no stories. There was a story about the annual Loch Ness hunt. So every year people get together and search for stuff. And there was a story about the fact that happened.
But nothing came
But there was nothing in it about any actual tangible results. So I thought, well, there's no point in even talking about that. You know, it happens every year anyway. So if you want to go, it was around June. So June next year, if you want to do it, have a look. But apparently nothing happened this year. So I don't want.
Should we do
I don't want to drive up to Scotland.
Sam, it's for the pod.
For the pod. Maybe we'll do it at some point.
Oh my God, like an ASMR podcast episode where it's just us live micing, listening for the Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie. They need an underwater camera because we've got webcams pointed at the surface. They need one underwater. You wouldn't be able to see much, but
give too much away though.
It'd be too obvious. You'd see Nessie all the time. All right, so seeing as there's no cryptozoology stories, we're going to move on to other.
We've got some other.
We do have some other stories.
Okay.
So, story one for other. Millions of people hear a constant hum they can't explain. Now scientists know why.
We have an answer.
Yeah, we've talked about the hum before.
We have.
And the different places you hear it. And how it's linked to maybe... what was the... So all these bloody acronyms that the US comes up with. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was some government sanctioned thing, and they were supposed to be doing tests on weather or something, and they were setting up all these mysterious spaces around, and no one knew what they were for. No, you never really heard anything about what was going on, but around them people were saying there's like noises and hums. Not everyone was hearing them, and it was sending people crazy because it never stopped. But you couldn't record it or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, there's been all sorts of these, and it's not just in the US, it's worldwide. And people are like, well, where are these hums coming from? Well, according to this story, we've got some kind of an answer, so let's have a listen.
Okay.
Over the years, we've reported on several... Oh, this comes straight from Unexplained Mysteries, T.K. Randall himself. Over the years, we've reported on several cases of a mysterious humming noise, often occurring across a wide area and affecting large numbers of people at a time. Such phenomena are often deny explanation, with local authorities investigating the reports but with no conclusive source ever being found, much to the dismay of those who can hear it. In some cases, people have been driven to despair by the hum, which can continue unabated all day and night, leaving them unable to sleep and causing ongoing stress and discomfort. It is also not uncommon for others in the same area to be unable to hear anything at all. Now, according to researchers at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, the answer to this phenomenon could be that some people may simply have better low-frequency hearing than others and are therefore able to hear sounds that most people cannot. It is also thought that a form of tinnitus may also be responsible. We know that there are people who hear low-frequency sounds that can actually be measured, even if other people don't hear them, said Professor Marcus Drexel. But it's not so easy to find the source of these waves because it's a struggle to localize low-frequency sound. In other words, some people may be more susceptible to this problem than others, and the inability of local authorities to find the source of the noise may be due to how difficult it actually is to get a fix on something producing a sound of such low frequency. The good news is that this suggests that these people may be hearing a sound that genuinely exists, though the bad news is that finding a solution to it may not be that easy.
Gutted. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of a given, right? You sort of just assume that anyway, no?
Well, I think the assumption was, or the potential was there, that the hum was a targeted thing.
Right.
So some people heard it and other people didn't because the people that were hearing it were specifically being targeted, essentially having some kind of experiment done on them.
Gotcha.
If this is true, which no doubt it is true that some people hit low frequency sounds.
Yeah.
So if that is an explanation for why some people hear the hum and other people don't, then it implies that it's not targeted. But it still doesn't explain where it's coming from.
Yeah. It's like
why it's happening in certain places.
Now that whoever has set up that that high frequency thing outside to keep cats away, I guess.
Yeah.
I can see how hearing something like that, you know, like cause
constantly
must be absolutely.
Because obviously higher frequency is the typical thing because animals and especially and like younger people will hear higher frequency sounds, and as you get older you lose that higher end of the hearing, so you don't hear it. So in like big cities and stuff, like some shops will put out high frequency noises outside the shop to stop kids loitering around outside, but older people can't hear it, so it kind of works for them.
And same with cats, like to keep cats out of the garden.
Right, and same with cats and stuff like that. So it works with animals.
Did you ever set it as your ringtone in school?
I think I might have done. Yeah.
You said it as your ringtone in school and teachers can't hear it, but you can.
Yeah. So yeah. So obviously that was the kind of higher end would be the thing.
Yeah.
Less obvious would be the lower end.
Yeah.
Because it's not like higher end where generally almost everyone can hear it, and over time other people can't hear it. The lower end is the kind of thing where only certain people will ever be able to hear it. It's
Right.
not something that everyone can hear. You know what I mean?
I reckon I'm special enough that I'd be able to hear it.
Do you reckon? Well, you've not heard a hum yet, have you?
No. Just
So
listening for it there.
the question is, what causes the hum? Do you have any thoughts?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't know. What causes the hum?
Could-
I mean,
well, the
we've
question
got
is-
so much now, right? In the world, we've got so much technology, so many things.
He's saying it's the
doing
5G
things.
towers.
It might be the 5G towers.
Could be the 5G towers. Could be government experiments. Could just be certain geological formations, and the way the wind hits it at a certain angle creates a low frequency sound.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't be constant, would it?
No.
So I don't know.
It's constant.
Maybe
mean,
it's
it's
a
a
big
bit like
monster
the noise
hidden
your
inside the
laptops-
earth.
Laptop's making right now, you know?
That's not low frequency enough.
It's just, no, what I mean is that's constant because it's on.
Yeah.
Why don't we turn the earth off and on again?
Just turn it off and on again. It might work better. Does the earth have a fan we can clean?
Maybe. We need a big can of compressed air.
Where do we put it? There's what's that thing called? Mel's Hole or something it's called.
Mel's Hole.
Mel's Hole, and it's somewhere. All these things are in the US, aren't they? Somewhere in the US, there's a big hole. Some guy called Mel. I don't know. Some guy called Mel, and he found it on his land, and he decided it was an endless hole. There was no bottom to it. It chucked things in, and they'd just never land.
Is that like in the Simpsons movie
Probably.
with his sinkhole where he just kept throwing things in?
It's probably influenced by
And
Mel's Hole.
That film, that show, what was that cowboy show we watched?
Oh yeah.
With the hole.
Yeah, with Thanos himself.
Yeah.
What's it? Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
But
It wasn't that good. Don't watch it, whatever it is.
I liked the creepiness of the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, so some weird hole. So yeah, maybe that's where we shoot the compressed air.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, put it in Mel's. Okay.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Story 2 for other. Strange and eerie discovery made on Mount Shasta, California.
Shasta.
This one is also from Unexplained Mysteries, TK Randall.
Okay.
The area around Mount Shasta has always been steeped in mystery and intrigue. Said by some to be home to a secret subterranean civilization who descended from the ancient Lemurians, the region has long been associated with unexplained phenomena. Recently, California resident Carrie-Ann Sneur and her daughter had been horseback riding through the mountains when they started to hear strange noises echoing through the area. After a time, they came across a number of solar-powered Bluetooth speakers in the ground. Intrigued, they continued onwards until they found even more speakers, hundreds of them. Some were producing strange sounds, while others were playing a sermon-like recording. They ultimately discovered an entire field of speakers, all playing strange, otherworldly noises. The find made absolutely no sense. Who had placed them here and for what purpose? An analysis video, which includes some of the original footage, can be viewed below, or it can't be because I didn't add it to this. But in the story, there was a video.
Did I see you watching this?
I did start watching that video earlier. The video itself, I don't think was that good.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Like, what are these speakers doing on this mountain? Well, we're going to find out because there was an update to this story. A few days ago, we reported on a bizarre mystery centered on the area around Mount Shasta in California, a place long associated with stories of the unexplained beneath which some believe there lies a hidden advanced subterranean civilization descended from the ancient Lemurians.
Blah, blah, blah.
When California resident Carrie-Ann Sneur and her daughter went horseback riding through the mountains recently, they discovered hundreds of solar-powered Bluetooth speakers in the ground.
They just repeated this story. I know because it's an update.
Yeah. But a lot of it's
covered
repeated,
that. Yeah.
Some form of sermon, blah, blah, blah. The mystery proved Yeah, the
Proved.
mystery proved highly compelling and left many people scratching their heads. But now the landowner who put the speakers there has come forward to explain what it's all about. According to Sneer, he had contacted her directly to offer up his side of the story. He shared with me that from the very first time that he visited Mount Shasta, he was fascinated by this area and felt a deep affinity to it, she said in a video on Facebook. I see it now as a personal and spiritual project created with positive intentions, even if not everyone agrees or understands it. It appears the speakers are a way to project spoken words, intentions, and positive messages into the universe. At the heart of his message is a sincere prayer for the world peace and a hope that people will choose a more compassionate way to treat one another.
Oh.
Now, I would argue that is not an explanation.
No.
That is some nonsense excuse to cover the fact that something weird's going on there.
Something very weird.
What are you talking about? You put a bunch of solar powered Bluetooth speakers up there, constantly playing some weird chanting sermon. And oh no, it's just nice. I'm just putting out positive thoughts into the world. Shut up, mate. No, something's going on there.
Sure, mate.
This guy is forming a cult.
Yeah, it's a cult.
Something is really going on there.
Cult.
This could easily be cult stuff.
Cult stuff. Yeah.
I'm convinced that there's more to that story.
Definitely.
This is not the end of that story. What is going on here?
I did not know you could get solar powered speakers.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Like a lot of solar powered stuff doesn't work for very long, does it?
Especially where we are.
Yeah.
During the heat wave, though.
But you can
solar powered.
I don't see why you can't get solar powered pretty much everything, really.
Yeah.
Plop a little solar panel on there.
Yeah.
There you go, it works.
Boom.
What do you think? Do you think it's a cult then? What do you think this guy's up to?
I think it's very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Or maybe he's trying to communicate with something other, but he don't want to let on that that's what he's doing.
Could be. Maybe the speakers are to call in the UFOs. So this is where you need to be. Listen out for the sound, and you know you're in the right spot. Maybe it's to speak with these subterranean people, whatever it we're talking about, people living inside the mountain. Maybe it's for them. They might be able to hear it too.
Maybe it is them.
It
is them, Sam.
Maybe it's like this is, considering other people went there because they were horse riding, maybe the sounds are an indication not to venture out at this point because this is where people go. So they're walking around under the mountain, and when they hear that it's quiet, it's like, okay, we can come out here. Maybe he provides them with food and resources.
Yeah.
From Heron Foods.
Don't. Let's not mention Heron Foods. Let's not mention that comedy show. Let's not mention any of it.
We won't mention it. But that's all the stories.
That's it.
I told you it'd be a shorter one this time. It's a quiet month. June, it's a great month. It's one of the better months, but it's not great for spooky news because it is far too summery, and the spooky things, they're just not really happening.
Yeah, the scene's not really set for the spooky things, is it?
No, it's
not spooky enough, not dark enough.
All the different things have their different sort of busy periods and quiet periods. This is our quiet period.
Yeah.
June, July, August, summer. Don't expect too much in next month's podcast either. But you never know because things just happen.
Things happen.
Spooky things, hopefully.
Yeah.
So that's all we've got time for? Well, no, we have more time, if anything had happened, but it hasn't happened.
That's all we've got stories for?
That's all we've got story for. I hope you've enjoyed listening. I noticed that you didn't all like, comment, and subscribe last time. And I'm very disappointed.
Not angry, just disappointed.
It is mandatory, compulsory that this time you all like and comment. And if you're not already, you also subscribe. And if you don't do it, I will dole out punishments.
You're going to dole out punishments?
Yes, I'm going to dole out punishments.
Such as?
In a form of stern words on the next podcast.
No, Sam, don't.
You don't want that, do you?
You
don't want that.
So y'all better like, comment, and subscribe, my guys.
You're going to have to, aren't you? Just to be on the safe side.
Be on the safe side.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next time.
Ta-ra.